Dub C here, we're back with another Survival Saturday. I'm out here on a Friday night, gonna do a solo overnight, work on my shelter. So I'm really excited to continue work on the shelter. I got the third wall done last weekend. I'm gonna work on the fourth wall and then I gotta work on the roof. I really wanna have this done for winter time, so I'm trying to get it done. While I'm out here, I like to review some gear and or rations. And I tell you what, I really enjoyed taking the Kazakhstan ration. I took it on a solo overnight by a river, and I'll put the video link down below. It was really cool seeing how well that ration held up as far as, you know, quality, what items it had to help me out. So I want to compare it to the Italian Armed Forces Combat Food Ration Module C. I want to see how this meal holds up. It's got breakfast, lunch, and dinner, so it's 24 hours. We'll bust this thing over tomorrow morning and see what's inside and see what is there that can really help me out while I'm outdoors. And then also, I want to check out this lighter. So I got an lcfun lighter. It's an ARC USB. It's supposed to be waterproof and windproof. I'll put that to the test. I want to check that out. But it's getting late, so I'm gonna be setting my hammock up this weekend. I like to alternate between tent and hammock, and then I'll get a fire going. So let's get started. Okay, I got camp set up. I'm using the Gold Armor Rainfly, as well as the Gold Armor Hammock and Bug Net. I've reviewed these products before, as well as shown setup. If you want to check that out, it's under the Survival Gear Reviews playlist. Go ahead and check them out. You'll see the review. I do it in fast time. And if you want to see me fall out of this hammock, it's under the blooper video, where I think it's the first time I took the hammock out. But I've learned a lot since then. But it's time to get a fire going. Okay, so we got the lcfun lighter ARC USB waterproof. You open it up. It's got the little instructions. It's got the arc flame. You can push a little button right there. It's got a little safety lock, safety ring, and then also comes with a rope. The rope's underneath here, this case, and it's got the charger. So it can be charged up. It says waterproof and windproof. I mean, it's not very windy right now, but at least I can show. So you open it up. See, it's got this. It's got Explorer on the front. I think that's pretty cool. This is a little lock. Keeps it locked up. And then you push the button and release this. And then you just push that button. And it looks pretty intense. And it's got the little indicator light right there that says if it's charged. And I wonder to see how it worked as far as lighting up different things. And we're going to see if it's waterproof, first of all. So you've seen it work. Put it under water. Shake it off real quick. Still works. Now I'm wondering if you can just pour right on here. Pour the water. Like that. Still works. So it shows waterproof, both inside and exterior and interior. Worst case. So this is the Minotaur Trading Company fire tender. So see if it starts that up just like a Bic lighter would. Yep, no problem. I've never messed with the arc lighter, so I'm very interested to see how it works out. This is a piece of duct tape. I wonder if it'll light a piece of duct tape the same. Okay, duct tape works just as good. Didn't stay going, but seems like you just put that in there and it lights right up. And of course, I know it's going to get the birch bark going now. Alright, that's pretty cool. And it's supposed to have 300 lights every time you charge it. And see if it's windproof. You just can't really blow it out either. So pretty good lighter. The only downfall I'd say is you have to charge it. But if you have a battery backup, that's really awesome. So overall, I think this lighter is pretty awesome. I'll definitely keep it. Like I said, the biggest downfall is you'd have to charge it. So if you got stuck with a point where you couldn't recharge it, you'd be in some trouble. But he easily got us a fire going tonight. Oh man, I've been waiting for this all week. Just sitting by the fire, looking into it, just calming the mind. Cannot go wrong with that. Really excited to bust into that Italian ration tomorrow. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner sounds awesome. I can't wait to see what other components and items that would be helpful. I know I've seen some of the reviews, and like the stove and stuff would be awesome to add to the kit. Okay, it's morning time. It's about 7:30. Slept in a little bit. It's overcast. It rained just a little, but got down to 49 degrees last night. So that was really nice. It was really chilly. I slept really good, except for being excited like the day before Christmas or the day before a big trip. You're kind of anxious to wake up. just because I was thinking about this. I mean, this ration looks awesome. It's a monster. I want to see what it's all about. We'll be getting to that in just a minute, but yeah. Hopefully we can get the breakfast done and work on some of the shelter. Okay, it's time to bust this thing open. So we have the Italian ration, Armed Forces Combat Food Ration, Module C. Looks like it has a production date of 2015. Best buy date of 8/17/2017. So let's see what we got. I think there's a peelable seal. Looks like it's sealed real good. And this thing is quite a monster. I mean, if you were to put this in your backpack, it's pretty heavy. I think it's over 5 pounds. Just one of the bulkier rations I've seen for 24 hours. Here, let's do a small cut back here. Keep it for the wall of the MREs. Alright, let's see what we got. One thing I did notice is it has multiple languages in it, so you have your like 3 different languages. This is the Module C breakfast, so this is in English for me, and then it has the 2 other languages. They come in boxes, which is really nice. It smells like kind of fruity, so hopefully nothing broke open. Alright, the next one is, this is the lunch. Very cool. And then this one got smashed up a little bit. Hopefully no leak. This is the supper. On the back of the packaging, there's actually, again, the 3 languages explaining breakfast, lunch, and supper. Just the contents. So really cool. And they said it's just such a big ration. Alright. Let's break out the breakfast module and see what we got. Nice little box. The first thing we got is, looks like the instructions. There we go. So you can take a moment to read that if you'd like, but pretty cool. Next item, besides the instructions, I believe these are waste bags, which is really nice to have, especially, you know, packing in, packing out. You want to make sure that if you're packing out, you want to pack everything in, and this kind of gives you the option to. They feel like a stronger paper bag, but they can still rip pretty easily. But I'll save this one for breakfast, and we'll throw all the trash in there. Next thing we got is a spoon with a napkin. Looks like that's it. This is the 3 toothbrushes and a toothpaste. Again, another accessory that you don't see in rations very often, which I think needs to be out here. I think these are the water disinfectants, but it doesn't have instructions how to use them. I wanted to use them, but I'll research some and see what I can find out. Looks like we have some candies. Maybe peach. And then we have some strawberry candies. They feel kind of soft. Alright, this is what I'm talking about. These are the fuel tabs. And then the stove. I've heard a lot of good things about that stove. It's pretty compact. We'll be using this to cook our meals up. But it's adjustable to store your fuel tabs in there, get them fired. You're good to go. Next we got our box of matches, red tip. I got instant coffee. Excited to try that one out. Some sugar. I believe this is some salt. Got a chocolate bar. Toothpick, another item that I think that should see in more rations in case you get something stuck in your teeth, because that is annoying. Got some biscuits. Oh, there's 3 toothpicks. Kind of all jumbled in here. Here we go. And then, I believe this is a tube of sweetened condensed milk, maybe? Let's see how it held up. Yeah. So that'll be, you know, that's probably used for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, because that's quite a bit. So this is a snapshot of everything that came in this little box, the breakfast box. And a lot of the items are to be used across breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like I said, they got 3 toothbrushes. Supposed to do some dental hygiene after every meal. The stove I don't even need for breakfast except for warming the water for the coffee. But overall, it's a really cool setup how you break into breakfast and you have those items that carry throughout the day. So far, I'm really liking the organization of this ration and the components that come in with it. First thing we're going to do is we're going to get the stove warming up some water. I'll use the matches, the fuel tabs. I got my napkin and spoon here to stir everything up, because there's really not much to eat here, just snacks. I got the strawberry candies, peach candies, I got some biscuits, the coffee, the salt I don't really need. Got a chocolate and some sweetened condensed creamer spread. And after breakfast, I'm going to brush my teeth with the dental hygiene kit. So we'll go ahead and open these up. Little Esbit fuel stove. I'm only going to need one to warm up the water. I had to use my mess kit top to kind of stabilize it, because it was kind of shaky otherwise. Let's see if I can get it going pretty easily. Oh, that match broke. It's not looking good so far. Set that on there. There we go. I'm just going to set a couple matches while it's lit to hopefully get it ignited. I found it's easier just to set the matches in there, let them catch and kind of do that burst, and it helps keep the fire going. Never had the best luck with those stoves, but we do have a flame now, and now we're boiling up some water for the coffee. Let's start opening some stuff up. So we'll start off with the biscuits. It's a little pack, 50 grams. Hopefully get more for lunch and supper. Try to open them up like a plate so we can have it out here. Very interesting. Wow. Very light. And then we'll also open up the chocolate. The chocolate is definitely bloomed. I'll definitely give it a shot and see what it's all about. We got the sweetened condensed creamer spread. We just pop it like that. It's very dark, so hopefully it's still okay. Let's go ahead and try that first. Here's the sweetened condensed creamer spread. I always worry that these are dark and that may be bad, but actually smells fine, tastes fine, and probably one of the better sweetened condensed milks I've had. So we'll go ahead and try it on a cracker or a biscuit. You can see these are very light and crispy. Let's give it a shot. Now these are a sweet biscuit, so these are really good. And you add that sweetened condensed creamer spread to it, even better. But very light, very flaky, very enjoyable. Let's go ahead and try one of these candies. I do have sap on my hands from processing some wood. Like a strawberry candy. And they look soft. Let's go and try one out. That is awesome. I really enjoy that. That tastes like a fresh strawberry. Really, it's got the sugar exterior, like very, very crunchy, and then the gummy interior. It's similar to the RCIR pate bars, but sweeter. Very enjoyable. Like I said, I really enjoy strawberries. They're one of my favorites. Let's go ahead and try the fruit. See how that one turns out. So this is the fruit candy. Again, very enjoyable candy. I'm not even a huge fan of peach, but again, because of the texture, the sugary texture on the outside, the gummy, and this one's not too sweet, It's actually just very mild, but still the peach flavor comes through really well. And they go great with the sweet biscuits as well. So looks like the water's boiled up so we can make our coffee. So we got the instant coffee. Make sure it looks okay. So this is about 5 years old. It's a little bit past its expiration date, but everything's been good so far. Smells fine, looks fine. Got our hot water up the stove. There we go. Okay, I just want to try this with no sugar first or sweetened condensed milk to see how it is. The coffee is very bold, very bitter. It's actually very enjoyable, but you can definitely see what you did. If you don't like that strong coffee taste, you're going to need to add the sugar or the sweetened condensed milk. All right, go ahead and try some of this chocolate. It's pretty bloomed. See how it tastes. I'm not a huge fan of this chocolate. I like dark chocolate, and I don't think this is dark, or the age got to it, or the heat. But overall, just it's not, doesn't have quite the flavor that I'm into as far as the chocolate, but it could have been the heat. But it's time to get that mega bite, and I want to make a strawberry shortcake because I love strawberries and these sweet biscuits. Make a good one. And simply how I'm going to do that is I'm going to have one of these strawberry candies, put it on there, and I'm going to add some sweet condensed milk. See if we can have a nice little breakfast strawberry shortcake. Because this is some of the better components I've tasted in a ration as far as flavor so far. Here we go. Alright, that mega bite was awesome. Really enjoyed it was exactly like a strawberry shortcake to me out in the field. It was really good. And now, check out this toothpick. And I did finish off breakfast because on some dental hygiene. So I got my toothpick. It looks like a standard one. Not sure if it's flavored or not. But first I want to brush my teeth. Because it was a very sweet breakfast. And there was nothing really savory about it. Except for the coffee. So that's one thing, the bristles are kind of smashed down a little bit, but they'll still work out. And then we'll try this Savident toothpaste. Same thing you got to do is you got to take the top and pop it right here. And then you get your toothpaste. And this can be used all throughout the day. We'll just use it for breakfast to check it out. Alright, this toothpaste actually works really good. My mouth feels nice and fresh. It's great to have that out here after eating a meal. And it actually tastes a lot like black licorice, at least to me. So it's pretty interesting. So I'm going to save the 2 candies, or 4 candies, for lunch and supper, because I'm pretty full. Like I said, the only thing I'd like to see is something more savory in a breakfast, but overall, the flavor, pretty awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and start working on the shelter a little bit, and we'll come back for lunch. All right, made good progress on the 4th wall. I found a good piece of deadfall. Of course, when I was out there chopping it up, decided to downpour. Luckily, all these cloves are quick drying. But now it's time for lunch. So I'm ready to dig into that Italian ration and see what lunch has to offer. Okay, it's time to bust open the lunch module. Open it up. The first thing we got, again, is we got some extra utensils. We got a spoon, fork, knife, and napkin. Got some more biscuits. These are the energy vitamins. Got some more instant coffee. I think these are the brand tabs or the vitamins. Got some more biscuits. And then we got some canned items. This is like a minestrone soup. This is a tuna with peas. No picture of it. That's cool. Cool packaging. And then we have a fruit salad. All the cans look good. And last item is some sugar. Okay, we got our stove going again. I'm going to bust this soup open, see what it looks like, and then we'll get it on the stove. One thing I'm worried about is that thing collapsing. Hopefully it doesn't. Open this up. Got a pull tab. Filled up to the rim. Try not to spill it. There we go. That's what it looks like before cooking. It smells really good. Let's see if we can get it on there safely. I put 2 tabs in there because I don't know how much I need. And then also, one thing that's rough about this is I can only warm up my soup or my coffee. So I'm going to warm up my soup first, and I'll have my coffee with the fruit cocktail. Okay, the soup is warming up now. Let's go ahead and bust everything else open. We've got our tuna with peas. I don't want to get this all over because that'd be... Okay, that's interesting. Not sure if you're supposed to warm that up, but it looks like a salad more or less. So let's open it like that for now. Looks like it's in the oil. Check out the fruit cocktail. Oh. Here we go. I don't see any cherries, so hopefully they're at the bottom. We got the crackers. I don't know if these are sweet like the breakfast ones, but I'll find out. They look about the same. You're supposed to get 2 packs, 50 grams each, 100 grams. Let's go ahead and try one out by itself. The biscuits definitely taste different. I don't know if it's just me, but they are more savory. Let's go ahead and try some of the, like a tuna salad. It's like a peas with tuna fish in oil. Let's go and try that real quick. This is actually really good. The peas complement the tuna fish really well. The oil, I'm not used to, but it goes really well with the biscuit. Very savory, very flavorful. As I said, the peas actually complement very well. Kind of like a tuna salad. The soup is ready. Let's see. Ooh, it's still got it warmed up, but the 2 tabs did pretty good, but it's still pretty hot to touch. Let's go ahead and put the soup in here. The soup seems really oily. This is sticking to the spoon. You got peas, looks like potatoes, some beans. Let's go ahead and give it a shot. The minestrone soup is very simple, vegetable based, not too bad. I'm not much of a soup person, but it does have a lot of it's not just a soup. It's pretty hearty with everything. It has the base minestrone flavor. It's not spicy enough for me. I think that's what kind of throws it. So I would need some like hot sauce or some hot pepper to just give it a little bit more of a kick. Okay, time for our coffee. Make sure it's not, felt a little chunky and it's sticking. It is, might have gotten wet a little bit. But go ahead and dump it in and see what happens. Yeah, I think a little moisture got to it. Luckily I saved a spoon from breakfast because the spoon in the soup was pretty oily and I don't want to use the fork with the tuna fish oils on it to eat my mixed fruit. Let's go ahead and give that a bite. See what it's all about. So just the basic run-of-the-mill mixed fruit, canned. I was hoping to get some cherries in it, but it's on the front of the package, but I didn't see none in the can. I was hoping to get one, but I didn't, so it's all good. Now we'll go ahead and I'm actually going to try some sweetened condensed creamer in the coffee. That's one thing I did not do in breakfast. Just go ahead and throw some of that in there and stir it up. It comes with sugar as well, but I think this is all I need just to change things up. I don't know if I put enough in there. So I typically don't like sugar and creamer in coffee, but sweetened condensed milk is a little different. At least for me. It's okay. I like the sweetened condensed creamer spread by itself or on a biscuit more than in the coffee. Still not too bad. So these are the vitamin tabs, and these are the brand tabs. I'm going to try each one of those. So I don't know if you're just supposed to chew them up. That's what they look like. not only this is, I mean, as far as flavor, it's like taking a bunch of vitamins in your mouth and chewing them. So it's not the greatest. Add a little bit of sugar to it. It's kind of sweeten it up. But it's cool that it's in this ration pack. So there's vitamins in here. I think it's really cool that you can get your vitamins while you're out, you know, on the trail or doing what you can. So it's really cool that they're in there. Same with the brand tabs. We'll go ahead and try one of those out real quick. I just think it's a really nice option to have out here. You get 10 of them. So again, you can use them as you need them. Now these are not dressed up in any shape or form. You put them in your mouth and chew them. It is like just chewing on straight bran. So they're just to get the job done. They're nothing fancy, but again, I think it's really cool they're in the ration. Okay, overall not a bad lunch. Gonna go ahead and finish this up, and we'll see you back for supper time. Pretty much got my fourth wall done. I'm thinking about using those trees as the door right there. Just trying to figure out what I'll use for the door, whether it be a tarp or canvas. And then just gotta work on insulation in the roof. And this thing will be done. Now we got the wall done on the shelter. It's time to eat some dinner. So I'm busting out the supper module. Now this one is a little bit beat up, so hopefully nothing's damaged inside. And this, it's weird because the lunch module is the largest, and this is about the same as the breakfast module. So let's see what's inside. Kind of same box setup. We got our napkin, spoon, fork, knife. All right, we got, I think this is mackerel and oil. A little interesting to check out. I think this is pasta with beans. So we'll cook that on the stove. We got some biscuits. Two two fruit bars. I always get it, the Intervite is the company that makes them. And then we have a sugar and the coffee. I got my stove lit, so we'll throw on the pasta with beans. Wipe off the top. Cooked it in the can and the soup, and it didn't really work out that great. But let's see how this works out. I was thinking about putting it in a pan and cooking it, but so I'm trying to use what we got. So I'm set it down there. It's kind of leaning. All right, let's check out these. So this is the mackerel and oil. Looks like sardines. Oh, that's not bad. Very interesting. Just chunk, looks like fish laying in there. The utensils are pretty cool, but look at that, like a plastic sticking out. It's like, I don't want to eat that. But the spoon is pretty tough. And actually, I put all 3 fuel tabs in this on this can, and it's actually working out pretty good. It's cooking it real good. That was the trick, just putting the 3 fuels in there. But we're going to try out just the mackerel and oil by itself. The mackerel and oil is actually really tasty. It's a very light flavor of tuna fish. That's the only thing I compare it to. Never really had mackerel. I've had mackerel pate, but it's very fishy. This is not fishy at all. It's very similar to a nice can of tuna fish. It tastes better to me even. But let's go ahead and try some on a biscuit. These are the savory biscuits from lunch. They're definitely different from breakfast. Breakfast are definitely a sweet biscuit. So let's go ahead and try the mackerel on the biscuit. And so this mackerel is good by itself, but this will be a nice way to break it up a little bit. Having the mackerel, the biscuit, is very similar to like a tuna fish sandwich to me. It has that bread flavor in there. The biscuit's really nice, goes really well with it, and it calms down the oil flavor. It's a little bit heavy in the oil. Like I said, I usually eat the tuna fish with water, but our pasta and beans is done, and it's extremely hot. The stove did a great job. Let's throw it in here. All right, this time I warmed up my coffee water on the fire, and again, this coffee actually looks like it got some moisture to it. I don't see any mold or dry mold or anything, so we'll still mix it up. So lunchtime was pretty chunky, just like this, and it was fine. Give it a stir. We're just going to drink it just the coffee because that's how I prefer it. Now we can try this pasta with beans. Another simple dish. Let's give it a shot. Okay, I'm not a huge fan of this. It's very bland. The pasta and beans, there's no spice to it. Just little circles of pasta and some beans. It's a very simple dish. There's barely any flavor to the sauce. So yeah, just not something I'm really into. It's another kind of soup, and I just like a thick, like if I have chili, I like it thicker. So I'm going to go and bust one of these fruit bars out real quick. I don't know if they're the same. I'll probably eat them both. Let's see what flavor this one is. It looks like a Nutri-Grain bar, or like a Ranger bar, Pineapple Ranger bar. Let's give it a shot. Okay, this is exactly, it reminds me exactly of a cran apple or one of the Ranger bars. It's kind of grainy. Take a big bite, and it doesn't really make you thirsty or anything, but just the same texture, same taste almost. Check the other bar just to make sure it's the same. Yep, looks the same. But they're really good. I really enjoy them. Like a grainy flavor, like a Nutri-Grain bar, or even like a First Strike bar, but a lot lighter. Like very light on the flavor, which I don't mind. But I think the MVP of this meal of supper was the fruit bars. The mackerel's pretty good, but I don't really like the main at all. I'm going to finish this up. We'll talk more on final thoughts. So final thoughts on the gear and the ration I reviewed during the overnight. Start off with the lcfun lighter, ARC USB, waterproof. And it definitely is waterproof. I submerged underwater and poured water in it. It worked just fine. Definitely going to have this around to start fires, and it's very convenient. Similar to lighter. Was able to start multiple ways, you know, with the birch bark, the duct tape, kindling, or tinder, all worked out fine. So it's a pretty cool lighter. The only bad thing is if you need to charge it, or if you run into a situation where it dies and you need to charge and you can't do it, then it becomes a paperweight. So always have your backups, but it's a convenient lighter for me because it's waterproof, windproof, and definitely be keeping it around. Now for the ration. This is the Armed Forces Combat Food Ration Module C. It's an Italian ration. I've always wanted to try one of these out, and I'm happy I did. The 3 modules, you got breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm most excited about the items that came with it. It was really nice brushing my teeth after each meal, having the vitamins to take, the brand supplements, and then, you know, the toothpicks, the stove, and the stove fuel kits. There's just a lot that comes with it. Having coffee for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The one thing that I will say that I didn't like was lunch and dinner's mains were very kind of bland. Breakfast was MVP. The Megabyte was MVP. I made it like a strawberry shortcake out of that candy, the sweetened condensed milk, and the sweet biscuit. Fantastic. But, you know, I love breakfast, so it's going to vary for each one. Now, lunch and dinner, very simple. The minestrone soup, very bland, but again, it's just, you know, normal soup. And then I had the tuna and peas, which was not bad. And then I had, for dinner, I had the pasta and beans, which was very bland. I had a hard time eating that just because it was just very basic. And then the mackerel and the oil was not bad at all. I really enjoyed that. I didn't know if I was going to like it because sometimes it gets extremely fishy taste, but it was great. It was better than some of the tuna fish I've had. So really excited to get to try this out. Got the 4th wall on my shelter done. Now I just got to build the roof. Having a blast out here, and that's all I can ask for. So that's all I got now. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.